Hello, my name is Tania Jimenez. I have 24 years old. I am a student of foreign language in emphasis in English of the National University of Pakistan. Today, I answer the following question uh, of course material design and the role of the material design. Okay, what was the conception of materials development decades ago? Okay, materials developed was simply the productions that accompanied a wide range of learning and result for illustrative methods. Okay, as God say, knowing is not, and know we must apple. The will is not enough. We must do that reflections and action go together. In had from the beginning of the development of materials. Okay, Garden visualized the multiple intelligence model in which he affirmed that human beings are unique and have a native intelligence that color interpersonal, musical, spatial, kinesthetic, logical, mathematical, linguistic, spiritual, and naturalistic that must be reconciled and natural. Okay, what does the development of materials require of teachers? The material required is dynamics and facilitate the learning process, help learners feel at easy, real student emotion or affective strength, creativity and innovation, minimize difference. Um, okay, in movies the combination um, of reasoning and artistic process. Mealy asserted that the writer really institution and teaching knowledge and operate with um, a set of variables that rise um, to a conscientious level only when um, he he encounters a problem and therefore it works in take care of the learning of our students. Okay, um, the development of sustainable materials it has adapted to all the profiles um, of our students becomes as necessary and um, fundamental. Okay, what are the components of creating and adaptive learning materials? There are seven essential components that comprise it are needs assessment, formulating goals and objectives, conceptualize the content, design a study program, selection and development of material and activities, evaluation, and resource and limitations. Okay, in the needs assessment is involved the designs marking of teachers, it is important. According to Pineda, affirm that it should be the starting point from the marking and decision such has the development of study, program institutional strategies, and the selections of materials, as well as the evaluation and implementation of the evaluation, and formulating goals and objectives. Uh, this is necessary. Is necessary um, because the horizon um, to focus on the English, okay, as a foreign language classroom must be clearly established, clearly established objective, okay? With the aim of meeting the needs and expectation of students through the development as implementation of learning materials. The conceptualists of the content, design, and study program. Okay. Encompass the incorporation of language aspect, language learning, development procedure that are vital to course progress. Is that vital to course program have occurred in teaching methods and approach language. Yes, acquisition, perception, and educational setting, starting with the structural um, view of language and educational setting, um, starting with the structure of language, the moving language, toward foreign skill-based language approach. We recognize that design a language program story required the integration of a series of fundamental aspects for the learning and acquisition of language in a social diversity of social connect. Um, Selections and development of materials and activities very important. A proper selection of activity must consider a variety of factors we have in their influence in achieving the purpose of the course. Mm, um, Appropriateness of age and interest, needs, and expectation of students, availability of use, and the possibility of adjusting up or, or down according to the particular um, learning style of the students. Yes. Um, Organization of content and activity. But content and activity could be structured in their different ways now as construction, um, recycling and sequencing, recycling and sequencing, and matters approach it goes from simple to more complex, yeah, activities. In the second instance, it after the the student needs area of skills. Um, it all depends of the creativity that teachers can have to design material, organize the organization that would content, evaluation uh, is very important. Evaluation is is very important. Um, so get that any moment is opportunity for the teacher to check um, what the students have understood, um, how how much how much they they have been able to apply that is necessary. That is necessary to carry um, out evaluation at the end of the course to benefit that the objective was archived. That is that the subject um, has been clear to the class. Uh, um, Resources and limitation. Okay. Resources. Teacher must, o sea, the teacher must um, be resourceful and adapt to the tangible and intangible that shortcoming of their teaching situation to the excellent that is allow them to give a realistic marine dual process dual process involved in development materials has to choose the most they are resourceful um, in any circumstance and learn to work the same with all the material. It all depends on imagination and the creativity. Okay. In your opinions, what is the principal role of the teacher when designing language learning materials? Okay. The principal role of the teacher is to design and implement learning situation uh, or for foreign language is teacher as teacher and for a student that can be accessible and a great teacher in all areas and for different kids of skill. The teacher is in charge of instructing on strengthening the fear and insecurities in your students when learning a second language. Uh, Thank you for your attention. These are the bibliographic references. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.